Stitching where? Stitching London. Hello my dear stitchy friends, and welcome to this Flosstube special episode where I'm going to be talking all about my retreat idea that I hope that you're gonna love and go for it with me. My name is Marie, aka Stitches and Diamonds, here on YouTube and over on Instagram. So what is Stitching London, Marie? What is all this about? I know, right? After seeing all the amazing footage from StitchCon and other amazing retreats over the pond in the US and in Canada, I thought, well, we need a big, amazing retreat of our own here in the UK. But anytime I see a retreat, it's usually somewhere in the country. And that's something that doesn't apply to me. We only have one car in the family and I can't really take it for 3 or 4 days. So I was thinking, well, what about somebody else has it like that? What about if somebody else also has an issue getting somewhere away in the country? And I thought about, well, why don't we meet up in London for a nice retreat where we just all meet up together. So basically I want to go to a retreat, so I've had to set up one, guys. The thing about London, it is so easy to get to. I can get a National Express bus from Cardiff for £7 one journey, and it will get me to London in 4 hours. There is literally, from every corner of this country, there is either a bus or a really good train connection that will get you into London without needing to have a car. When I got this idea about 2-3 months ago, I was absolutely buzzing with it, but I also knew that I have never organized a retreat before and that I would need help. And I am so excited to say that Steph from Just Keep Stitching has agreed to be my consultant. So she is the project manager behind StitchCon in the US, one of the absolute biggest stitching retreats out there. So I am just terribly happy and lucky to be sitting here with you right now and having the knowledge and help from one of the best stitching retreat organizers in the industry. So when and where is Stitch in London hopefully going to be? It would be in Watford, in a business hotel, Holiday Inn. Watford is Greater London. It's about 20 minutes on train from Euston, so it really is very reachable from the centre of London. If you'd arrive somewhere at Victoria, you'd probably be looking at a 30-35 minute journey to Watford, to the hotel. And when would be 14th of October to 16th of October. The date wouldn't move about, but it will only be confirmed once we have reached, fingers crossed, the required amount of participants. The meeting room can take 80 people. And I have tried to make the price as affordable as possible. So that's why there is not much wiggle room for a significantly less amount of people attending. So the minimum amount of people would be 75, which is a lot, but at the same time, it's a lot of stitchers. It's a lot of amazing stitchers, the community coming together in the capital, in the city of London, well, not city of London, but you know what I mean, in London. And I would be so excited if this really worked out. In terms of the ticket price, it would be £119 for 3 days. So that's 119. And it would include the following. It does include access to the stitching room, of course. That would be from Friday 14th of October from 10 a.m. onwards. Registration will be ongoing for a number of hours on Friday. And the stitching room will be open until Sunday 16th. Currently, it is noon. I am going to talk to the hotel whether that would be possible to extend until maybe 1 p.m. or something, so that we get a little bit extra stitchy time on Sunday. But yeah, so that's that. 10 a.m. on Friday 14th until midday, noon, 12 noon on Saturday 16th of October 2022. It is important to highlight right now that the ticket price does not include accommodation. It doesn't include accommodation, and that is because I wanted everybody to have the flexibility to go for either a high-end hotel or an affordable hotel, or stay with friends, or whether, you know, if you're in London, you can just commute for the day. The same goes for maybe people somewhere in Oxford, etc. You can comfortably commute in a car if that's what, you know, what your preference or your options are. And having mentioned that, there will be actually free on-site parking included in the price of the ticket of the £119. So should that apply to you, should you be a daily commuter in a car, you would get a free on-site parking there within the ticket price. There would be an unlimited tea and coffee station available for every attendee of the retreat. Again, it is important to mention that no food other than tea and coffee would, or beverages, no food or beverages, would be included in the price of the retreat. The logic behind it is, again, there is a lot of food preferences, and I think that managing a lot of food preferences would take away from my ability to actually make the stitching retreat fun. That's one thing. And another thing very important is, especially nowadays, everybody has got different options in their budget. So whether you want to go out every meal time and, do a 2-meal course, that is absolutely fine. You want to go all in and enjoy the weekend, that's brilliant, and go for it. But equally, if you just want to get a sani in Tesco's and if you want to keep it a bit low-key, that is absolutely fine too. So there will be no pressure to buy anything, to pay anything that maybe you wouldn't normally want to have included. So there's a complete freedom. Apart from the stitchy room price, there's a complete freedom for you as to what your budget for the whole event will be. The next thing that is included in the ticket price is a stitching goodie bag. Of course, there is going to be a gift bag for you stitchers, and that will be including a commemorative cross-stitch kit, right? So we're going to have a special pattern made for a Stitch in London 2022 that is going to be part of the gift bag, which I'm so excited about. And again, I do hope that we're going to have enough people to make all of this happen, because I'm buzzing to make this happen. There is also going to be a Friday evening quiz to have some fun, and there will be an option to win some really lovely prizes from this quiz, on top of getting the goodie bag as a welcome gift for everybody. There will be also an optional smalls exchange. So there wouldn't be a retreat without a smalls exchange, right? But should the retreat go ahead, then we are definitely going to put a price cap on the small exchange, what it sort of should, maximum amount of money, what it should come down to, and really just something small, just something that makes your fellow stitcher smile, and something to commemorate the fantastic stitching retreat with. I'm also working on talking to vendors, so the thought is probably on Saturday there would be an option to buy some stitching goodies from our beloved UK store, so hopefully that should happen as well. So that's everything that the price will include. Just to recap again, what the price does not include is transport to and from the retreat, accommodation during the retreat, and any food and beverages apart from the unlimited tea and coffee station that is going to be available for you there for the whole duration of the retreat. Now, to talk a little bit more about the accommodation, Holiday Inn actually offered a rate for the attendees of the stitching retreat. It would be £112 for night, including breakfast and on-site parking overnight. So that is for a standard sort of double bedroom. That is for the convenience of just being able to hop into the elevator, go down and be in the stitching room. However, there are, this being sort of London-ish, there are many more affordable options around there. So I've just done a rough research, and let me just check my notes. So Premier Inn in Watford Central is 19 minutes walk from Holiday Inn, and it is currently £115 for the duration of the retreat, right, for the 2 nights. And Travelodge Watford Central is 12 minutes walk from Holiday Inn, and it is currently £104 for the 2 nights. So Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday. And Best Western, again, the same, Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday, is 12 minutes walk from Holiday Inn, currently £147. There are other options should you want to travel on an overground or something. So there's definitely a lot of options in terms of Premier Inns and travel lodges available around to suit any budget. If you would like me to provide some sort of a basic overview, some options to look at in terms of affordable accommodation within some sort of reasonable vicinity of the Holiday Inn hotel, please let me know. There will be a Google Forms, forgot to mention that, there is a Google Forms that will be in the description below of this video, where you are going to find all of the information that I'm talking about right now, but you are also going to be able to put your name and email address against the waitlist. And you are also going to find this sort of information with regards to the hotels and things like that, and you will be able to tick an option whether you are interested in the Holiday Inn rate, or whether you are interested in getting some overview information about the hotels in the area from me. So you don't need to ask me via DMs or email or in the comments. You can just tick the option in the forms, and I will get your email address and I will just send that to you. In terms of payment, there would be no payment at this very moment. However, putting your name on the wait list does sort of count towards the minimum amount of attendees. So I would please ask you to only put your name against the waiting list if you are very serious about wanting to attend the event. The way it would work is that I will let the waiting list run for the next 1 month, so about mid-August latest. And should we get to the minimum required amount of attendees on the waiting list, I will then use the email address that you use to sign up for the event, and I will send you an invoice for £119, the price of the ticket. You will then have a couple of days to pay that invoice, and your spot will be secured from then on, right? Now, in terms of refund policy, or should something happen, some, unforeseen circumstances, etc. So up until 15th of September, there will be a refund policy. You just need to contact me and I'm going to give you 100% refund. Things happened, I understand. So that is 1 month prior to the event taking place. Between 15th of September until 30th of September, you will get a refund of that £119 in case we are able to fill your space with somebody else on the waiting list that didn't make it through to the Stitchy retreat. Okay, so the full 100% refund would be conditioned by somebody else filling in your place. And from 1st of October until 14th of October, it is so close to the event that unfortunately I wouldn't be able to start, you know, contacting people from the waiting list and trying to fill it out. So from 1st of October until 14th of October, which is the day when the event starts, there will be no refunds policy anymore. We did have to impose some sort of cutoffs that would, you know, that would let people know what are their cutoff times, what are the options, and that would also, you know, give us some because we are responsible for paying the hotel, paying everything, ordering the material for the swag bags, things like that. So 30 days prior to the event is the time when all those orders and all those payments to the hotel will have been made without any sort of refund option for us. So that's why the 30 days are so crucial and essential. So that is something important to keep in mind. So we've talked about the ticket price, we've talked about the payment, we've talked about the waiting list, how to get on there via Google Forms that will be shared in the description below. We've spoken about what the ticket price includes and doesn't include, and the accommodation options. So I think now I would just like to say two things. One thing is that the retreat does not have any sort of theme. It is not a sampler retreat, it is not a full coverage retreat, it is not a particular designer retreat. It is, you know, it is a retreat for anybody. If you stitch, you are going to have fun on this retreat. I would love everybody to feel welcome, to feel at home, to find new stitchy friends, because a lot of us don't really have anybody in real life, as in face to face. We have friends over Instagram and they are amazing friends, but face to face, maybe a neighbor or somebody from our family, not everybody has that person in their life. So I would love for everybody to just make new friendships, to meet new people, to maybe get inspired to start stitching a different style, or just to enjoy something that somebody else enjoys. All abilities, all experiences, all ages, all genders, everybody is welcome into this retreat, and I hope that we are going to get a wonderful eclectic mix of stitchers who have one thing in common, and that's love for cross stitch, right? And second thing is, I simply cannot wait to make this happen. I just really want to meet all the stitchers and have fun and sit down and have a chat, and, you know, talk to other stitchers and stitch with other people stitching in the room with me, which, you know, doesn't really happen that often at all. So all I can hope for is that there will be enough people who are going to go ahead with this crazy wonderful idea with me and are going to enjoy some stitchy time in London in October 2022 with me. Should you have any questions whatsoever, please contact me via my email address, stitchesanddiamonds@outlook.com. I will do my best to respond to you as soon as possible, but I will take like 24 hours probably to respond. And if there is some sort of recurring theme, recurring question, I will release a Q&A video as a follow-up to this video, just to address all the most often asked questions. And that is it, my dear stitchy friends. Happy stitching and see you in London.